Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I know I look crazy, but today we are going to do a custom color on this unit. It was already created through a sewing machine. As you may know, I do make custom wigs, and I kind of wanted to do a new style with some colors, add some highlights. So this is pretty much a in-depth tutorial on how I will get this cute highlight subtle look. This is a 18-inch. What we're first gonna do is protect the lace. So I'm kind of using the Got To Be spray, spraying it, making sure that all the lace is covered. This just creates a barrier, just so that no bleach can happen to affect the hair or anything like that. So that's what you see me pretty much. And then now I'm going to put it on the mannequin head and make sure it's in place. And then I'll go in with some T-pins just to secure it. I do add 2 T-pins in the front and 2 T-pins in the back as an FYI. And you can also, if you're interested in this dome head as well, I do have a vendor that is also going to be listed below. If you're interested, they do sell it at wholesale price with other, mannequins or tripods if you're interested. So check below. Pretty much, as you can see, I'm just making sure everything is centered. Because I want to make sure when I'm coloring this hair, it ain't moving, it's in one place. Making sure the ear tabs are good. Alrighty, and then now we're about to get into some fun. First want to show you, this is an 18-inch. I had already cut it and everything, so now we're just coloring it. And then next, I will go in and show you what products I'm going to use. So we're going to first step is bleach. These are the products that I'm going to use. And then I'm also going to use these products. The second step will be the toner, which is the Wella toner, as you can see. Okay. So now I'm sitting down, making sure I get everything ready and prepped. I was looking for something. I don't know what I was looking for, but anyways. We have our aluminum pans, well, aluminum foils. I'm talking about pans. We have our glove for protection. First thing we're going to do is kind of just make sure we section everything out. So that's what you pretty much see me doing, making sure I section. I do go kind of track by track on where it's best to add the highlights to, because I want it to look natural. I don't want it to look all over the place overall. So that's what you see me kind of doing here. And then I'm going to bring you along so you can get in depth. So here, up close and personal, I'm going to do the tease method. You're going to see me a couple times doing multiple times. And then I'm going to clip the hair. And those are the areas of the hair that I am going to color. So I kind of go back and forth. There's no perfect way of doing this, honestly. I kind of just eyeball it. So I'm just letting you know I'm not a licensed cosmetologist yet. But this is pretty much what works for me, and every time the results come out great. So the as you can see, the ones that I did clip, I'm going to put it away and go another section so I can do the same. Those areas that are clipped, FYI, are the only areas that's going to get the bleach. That's why it kind of gives it that gradient look. As you can see, I'm going to do the same thing again, making sure I clip everything up. And then I'll do the tease method. And you kind of just keep doing the same method as you going on your way up. I'm kind of already taking all the spots that I want to highlight so that pretty much this procedure is not as tedious. And I can kind of know already, okay, this is what I'm going to color. That's that. So that's what you see me doing again. I'm teasing again all the way up. All right. And then I teased it all up. These are all the areas with the clips are going to get colored. I'm just showing you. Okay. So now I'm going to prep the colors. So I'm using the 20 volume developer. And then I'm using the BW. It lifts up to 9 shades, nine shades. I hope I'm saying it right. You know me, when it comes to hair terminology, I'm still learning, y'all. So I don't really have a special way of like putting it. I'm just kind of I'm eyeballing everything, honestly. I don't know what to say. It's kind of like you want to make sure when you mix the powder and the developer, it's kind of like a pancake mix type of batter. You want it to be like, you want it to be thick enough where, you know, it's good, but not too watery. And then also you don't want to have it too much powder. So I hope that's understandable, but also I'm going to kind of show you as well. And the same thing for the Wella toner is about a bit different. So at first I made a mistake on the right side of the gray container. As you can see, I had put the developer, but on the left side, I put the Wella toner, and its ratio is 2-to-1. So two developers to one color. As you can see, that's pretty much what I did, and I used a box to do it. So I did do 2 developers twice into the one Wella toner. And then when I realized I made a mistake, I did go back and try to like put it in the container and do it. So you see how I did one developer. I'm going to do one more developer because that one container is the dye. I hope I'm explaining that. I'm not good with this, and I don't want to even confuse you because I'm sounding like I'm confusing myself too. But that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And then, as I told you before, when I realized, oh snap, I made the mistake, that's when I was like, you know what, let me put it in the container and then we're going to figure it out. So this is where I'm kind of just trying to scoop whatever I can scoop out, because I want to make sure the portion is done properly. So just want to let you know, two developer to one color dye when you're doing this. I'm literally trying to scoop every little piece, y'all. At first I was going to cut this out, but I was like, no, let me show y'all, because this is how it be sometimes. And especially it was early in the morning, so I think maybe I was in a rush or something, which I should have not been. So I'm going in with the dye, and then now I'm going to add 2-to-1 ratio of developer. And I kind of just put the developer into the same bottle and then do it twice. That helps. And I'm going to just keep doing that. Make sure to squeeze every last bit into there too. Because if you know, this product is very expensive. And that's the last one. So now I'm going in with my gloves because protection is important. And we do not want our skin to be burning. Making sure everything is very much consistent and shaked all up in there. And as you can see, it's coming out good. You want to make sure it comes out like this. I'm now setting up my iPad, watching the Parkers, because you know me. I need my little show in while I'm doing this. And I'm kind of just finding all the spots that I had already clipped, because those are the spots that I'm going to start with highlighting. And now, as you can see, I'm making sure I fix it a little bit because it got messed up. So now I'm going to go back in, kind of look for all the pieces that I had clipped. When I tell you this is very time consuming, and be sure to make sure that the AC is on, because this is a lot of chemicals fuming, so you don't want to be in a hot area when you're uncomfortable. So now I'm just kind of clipping the black hair away because I'm not going to touch that. And here's a better 4K view. Don't mind my dookie braids. And then I'm going in with the aluminum foil. If you can, to help also break sections of it. But yeah, so I'm going in with the bleach. This is gonna be the first round. And as you can see, I'm just putting all that thick bleach on it. Like I told you, the bleach has to be kind of like a pancake batter where it's thick enough. And I just keep doing this, as you can see. And I just make sure I go through in and out. You want to make sure everything gets it. And then I close it, fold it up. And there we go. We got the first one out the way. So now we're finna go to the second one. And if you do notice, you have, like I noticed on the side, there was some bleach on the black hair that I don't want to bleach. Just use a spray bottle with water. Water kind of stops the process for bleach, FYI. And this helps so that, you know, just in case you may have some moments where bleach had kind of went on one side that you didn't intend to, just spray some water immediately and that'll help. So now I'm adding the other batch of bleach and just go in there. Definitely make sure you have some music playing because this definitely took a long time. Like, and I love coloring hair, but boy, oh boy, I tell you, the time that is put into it. Right now, this is kind of speeded up, but imagine this going in regular time. It was not this fast, I kid you not. So now I'm just making sure I don't mess up again. I'm trying to make sure I separate everything for the next section. We got the first section out the way. Now we on to the second section. Making sure everything is clean and not too messy. I noticed, you see? I noticed some bleach on here, so I said, let me add some water. And then I'm going to clip it away. And this is how it is being intentional. When it comes to making a custom unit, I try to be intentional. And then fast forward, here you see it's like bacon, but I still wanted to have more time because I kind of want it to be really bright. So when I do the toner, it'll take it. And then kind of fast forward, I'm checking out. I took some pieces out because some pieces were ready. This is kind of what I wanted it to be. And then I just sprayed some water to stop the procedure. And then I checked the next one. Now, it can lift lighter if you would like, but I felt like this was more than enough. But, of course, the lighter, the brighter. And then, you know the rest. So I'm just kind of making sure I check each one. I want it to be kind of similar color. And if it's not ready, I'll go back in and add some more bleach so that it can process longer. And that's pretty much, this whole process is pretty much, I did throughout this whole process. And I noticed here as well, you see, it was ready. I liked it. So I'm like, okay, you know what, water. And then I took it down. Look at that. I could say it took about 25 to 30 minutes for this type of lift. But it could lift longer. I just knew I wanted the color to be that much. So it's all based off what you want and what you feel is best for your intended look. Now we're going on to the top. And I'm trying to look at both sides to see where I want it to stop at. I wanted the roots to still be kind of dark. Just so that whoever end up buying this wig, they can have the option. Of course, to each his own. But I was like, you know what? Let me try to keep the roots dark. And then, of course, I'm going to go in with more bleach. This is the best bleach that I can recommend anyone to get. I had to leave Quick Bright or Quick Blue, if I'm not mistaken. I left them, and now I'm with BW. And BW now, these products I got from Sally's. So if you are interested, definitely check out Sally's. However, I know some people, if you have your cosmetology license, you may have your own Cosmo store that you can go to. just for professionals. But yeah, so I'm kind of just making sure I'm wetting all the hairs that have some bleach on it, because I want it to be, like I said, not too, dirty, a little bit cleaner. So now this side is still prepping. I'm like, it's not ready, so let me continue to let it sit for a little longer. And then eventually it's ready. I go in, take out the T-pins, and then making sure everything's okay. And now I'm going to wash all the hair dye out. So that's what I'm pretty much doing here, is rinsing all the hair dye, washing it with cold water. Make sure you wash it with cold water. Making sure I go through it thoroughly, through each and every strand. Mind you, when I was washing this hair was thick. This is literally 2 bundles in a closure, and I felt like I was washing a wig with 3.5 bundles. That's one thing I love about my vendor, my hair vendor. Make sure the hair is full. But baby, it took me a minute to wash all of this out, because I was like, okay, wait, I'm still rinsing this hair out. But it's okay. I want to make sure everything is good. And then, as you can see, this is the color. It looks so nice. I did put on my heating dome so that it can dry a little bit faster. And then when it dried up, this is pretty much it. And now I'm going to go in and put the toner. I like the color, how it looks, so this was good enough. But like I told you, you can always go back in and bleach it for a second round if you want it brighter. I wanted it, this color was pretty fine for me. And then I was going to go in with, like I told you, the Color Weller toner. And that's pretty much what you see me here administering. And then it also helped with all the brassiness and everything like that. I know some people also like to wash their hair with proper shampoo and then go in with a toner. But this is what I prefer to do, is just after I rinse and wash it, I do go in with the toner. And then after the toner, I do go in with a deep conditioner. So like I mentioned, you can wash the hair after you bleach it and then use proper shampoo, or some people use also blue shampoo, and then go in with toner after you dry the hair up. But to each his own. This is how I do it. It works for me. But you be the judge. I'm kind of going through every hair I notice that's been colored, and I'm putting the Weller toner, and you can kind of already see the hair is like changing too. I kind of do it throughout the whole hair. And like I told you, this color, the bleaching process was no more than 25 to 30 minutes. So I could have even left it longer if I wanted brighter, but I wanted to do an ombre look. I'm going in with more of the toner. I used about 2 boxes. But remember, this was 2 bundles in the closure. Making sure every hair gets saturated. I like to do this scheme just to make sure all the hair is distributed. But you don't have to do that. That's just me. And I do this for all the hair. And now this is the hair saturated. Like I mentioned before, I will use the conditioner, after color conditioner. And here is the final look. Y'all, the hair looks bomb. Look at this. This is beautiful. And it actually looks better in person. The hair is still smooth. Look at this. This is so beautiful. The dimension, nice and full. Like I said, this is an 18-inch. Yes, I can run my hand through it. And she will be up for grab on our website if interested. Definitely check us out. Order a custom wig today. I hope this video was helpful for anyone who's also interested in doing this coloring technique. Thank you all. Like and subscribe.